welcome back. Yes, we hope you're firing on all cylinders. Now, David, last night it was interesting. You were telling us about butterflies, and you linked that into those very big tents, the marquee. That's right. Tonight, smaller tents, maybe?
Yes, we're getting a little bit more intense. It's smaller tents, if you like. Looking at a couple of words that relate to camping. The first is tent, which comes from Latin tentus, which is actually the word for stretched. And because to make a tent in the old days, you had to essentially stretch and treat canvas. And that's why the frame that is used to create tents, or at least it was, is called a tenter. And why we have the phrase on tenter hooks.
Ah, that's interesting. I didn't realise that. So that's actually to do with that stretching process, the tension involved.
In fact, if you have butterflies in your stomach, you may well be on tenter hooks, totally stretched. Now, moving away from tenter hooks, we're looking at rough camping, which is the word bivouac, B-I-V-O-U-A-C. Now, that comes from a German word, bivact, which means patrol. It's actually what soldiers would use to just roughly pitch a tent, and a very crude tent at that, because they had to travel light. They were on patrol. But the opposite of that, a more sort of luxurious camping, if you like, two words that have just crept into the dictionary. One is glamping, which is actually a blend of glamour camping.
That's one of those made-up words.
It's not a made-up word, it's a portmanteau word. Stop being so dismissive, this is English. And the other one is flashpacker. So in other words, not just a backpacker, but if you're doing it with a little bit of style, whether it's camping or staying in resorts, but with a backpack, you are flashpacking.
Very nice indeed. Lovely to get out in the great outdoors anyway. Thank you, David. Let's have a look at our scores. Dom, strong leader at the moment on 19 points as we head into our third letter game. And Damian, would you like to choose some letters for us?
I'd love to. Can I start with a consonant, please, Lily?
You can, thanks, Damian. Let's start with an N.
And if I could have a vowel next, thanks.
U.
And another vowel.
I.
I'll have a consonant next, thank you.
L.
And another consonant.
H.
And a vowel.
I.
One more vowel.
E.
And a consonant.
P.
And one more consonant, thank you.
And last letter, B.
Thank you, Lily. Here's the clock. Well, Damian, how did you go this time?
Not very well, I'm afraid. Only 4 letters.
4 for you, Dom?
Same, 4.
Well, it must have been a tough mix. Let's start with yours first, Damian.
I had help.
Sounds as though that's what you were asking for,
Absolutely, exactly the same word.
You're both asking for help. Let's just verify that you both needed help over there. Yeah, thank you. Cries for help, David.
Cries for help. It was a very difficult mix, and obviously help is fine. But if you're not flash packing, possibly you are travelling in a pack, in which case you would be lupine, L-U-P-I-N-E, which means wolf-like.
So, 4 points each, equal scores for Dom and Damian in that round. Time for another letters game now, and Dom, you nominated the letters really as your area of strength. Choose some for us now, if you would, please.
Thanks, Richard. Lily, can I start with a consonant, please?
You can, thanks, Dom. P.
And another consonant, thanks.
M.
And a vowel, please.
O.
Another one, please.
U.
A consonant, thanks.
H.
Another consonant, thanks.
L.
And a vowel, please.
A.
Another vowel, please.
E.
And finally, a consonant.
And last letter, N.
And here's the clock. Dom, you finished in good time. You were happy with what you got?
Yep, 7 letters.
Very nice indeed. What about you, Adrian?
Right, I only have 5.
What was your 5?
I had plain.
Plain. And Dom, what did you have?
I had ampule.
Another medical term, or certainly in medical use, I guess.
Just to clarify how you spell that, Dom.
A-M-P-O-U-L-E.
Lovely. And it actually comes from Latin ampulla for bottle. It's a small tube, of course. And I looked at help man. I thought, let's get beyond help. Manhole is another one that's also there.
Very nice. But a good 7 points for Dom. Our scores now, Damian's on 4. Dom, a strong lead, 30 points. Let's leave the letters behind now and head back to the numbers for a little while. Damien, could you make a choice for us, please?
Certainly. Lily, if I could have 2 large numbers and 4 small, thank you.
2 large and 4 small. Thanks, Damian. And starting with the smalls, 8, 4, 3, and 10. And the 2 large, 75 and 50. And the target to reach, 314.
Thanks, Lily. Let's head there. Well, Damien, that clock's come round again, as it always does. How did you go?
313 this time.
So just 1 off the target. Dom, how about you?
311.
Okay, well, this time, Damien, take us through your method, please.
Well, first of all, I multiplied 4 by 75 to give 300.
4 by 75 gives you 300.
Then I added the 10,
Add the 10.
add the 3,
Add the 3.
and you get 313.
313.
Very nice, and well done. Just 1 off the target. Lily, did you go right to 314?
I certainly did.
Can you take us there with you, please?
Okay, now 8 by 50 gives you 400. Take away the 75 and take away the 10 gives you 315. And to get the remaining 1, you subtract the 3 from the 4 and subtract all that away, 314.
Very nice indeed. So, 7 points for Damien in that round. He's now on 11. Dom is on 30 points. We're heading for another short break. Another word mix for you, this time angst tan. And the clue, an opposite to movement. See you very shortly.